Chance here for the Blues. The tap down at the back, but Clean Beal was claimed pretty quickly. Now the Seagulls will look to get out of danger. Kaywa's kick in toward the middle of the ground. Attempted mark there by Baxter. Couldn't bring it down. Lou forcing it back up towards half forward, but that is cut off by Emily Eves. Having a good season for the Seagulls, averaging 14 touches a game. Low ball through the corridor results in a turnover. This is Brennan Gert. Kick goes towards half forward, intended for Strayman Denoli, one of the inclusions today for Carlton. That'll be a stoppage near the boundary line on the Port Phillip Bay side of the ground on this nice morning for footy. Saracen ball going once more. Klingbeil missed it from the tap. Eves, can she keep this alive? It's not crossed the boundary line completely. The ball had popped out, so the umpire got a good look at it. Instead, we've got a ball up right in front of the Carlton bench here. Stoppage heavy start to this game. Borg with a very nice tap down there to De Cosmo. Carlton ball now through Plummer. Loose hand pass intercepted. Mangan now on clean-up duty. Loose ball though, Gert gets the 1-2. That kick won't go. 15 for Goss. Williamstown ball once more. Hand pass fed out there by Kay, was being busy early. Now Tripodi. Kick into the middle of the ground, results in a turnover. Plummer. Now Madden. Keeps it low inside 50. It's regained by Tripodi for Williamstown. Good vision to find Landwehr. So now Whelan on centre wing. Seagulls working this grandstand side of the ground. Kicks intended for Baxter. Just good pressure applied on her though by Kolevski. Free kick will go Seagulls' way. Bridgewater has it. We go inside 50 once more for Williamstown. Pushed off it was Mangan. And Jennifer Liu escorts the ball out of play. Boundary throw in. Still waiting for the game's first score here. It's 9th v 10th on the ladder. Williamstown really on their last legs if they're any finals chance. We'll have another stoppage here. Just the 2 wins for the year for the Seagulls, 3 for Carlton. Williamstown ball here through Whelan. Just couldn't get the ball to carry through to Landwehr, but still a chance here for Williamstown. It was overrun by Whelan. That's a strong tackle by Taylor Kolevski. And we'll have another ball up inside 50 here. First meeting between these two sides. In fact, no, it's going to be a free kick going Kolevski's way. Wants to switch it. Cross goal. That's okay. Mark taken by Brooke Plummer. Looking to direct a little bit of traffic, but kept her kick short for Lou. Did well. Gets her kick out in time. It's trickling along half back. Picked up by Madden. And that's a nice little neat left foot ball. Finding Goss, who quickly got it to Plummer. Kick up towards half forward. Build, the captain. Had Manoa right there. She's on debut out of the Burnside Heights Footy Club. Ball was dumped out by Whiting. Kolevski's kick didn't go too far. Lou there on clean-up duty though. Little ball out wide. Murphy does well to keep it in play in front of Danuccio. Kick though goes over the head of Cowan. And it does find the boundary line. So we're expecting some pretty wet weather throughout the day today, but so far so good here At point, Jellybrand, boundary throw in. Sun beaming down over a very good deck here. Madden's been busy early, gets another touch here. The hand pass just a little too low for DeCosmo. That's a strong tackle laid by Whelan. But it's a dangerous one. Free kick going Klingbeil's way. Just beyond her range here, Klingbeil. Set one up for the hot spot. The mark was almost taken there as well by Cowan. Get a quick shot at goal, but it's a point. It's the first score of the game. Shani Whiting to bring it in here for Williamstown. 4 touches each for Gurr, Lou and Plummer. Bridgewater and Kawa, along with Tripodi leading ball getters on the ground for Williamstown with 3. Comes back to Gurr here. The kick from Georgia Borg was to a 50-50. Comes to ground. Jordan's there trying to pick it up and did not dispose legally. The free kick's been won here by Danica DeSanto. She'll chip one out wide. That's a nice ball mark taken by Cam Tyrrell. Now she, in no particular rush, kept it low. It's regained by the Blues and forced forward again by DeCosmo. It only goes as far as Whiting, who's been stern in defence for much of this year for Williamstown. Kick into the middle of the ground is good. Alana Sarek giving it off by hand to Jorgis. Gets onto the left boot towards half forward. Neat low ball. Marks taken here by Whelan. Gave off the quick hands there. Back to Jorgis. She ran into trouble though. Good pressure by Nadia Moore. Madden picking up for the Blues. It comes out wide now. Kalevsky. Good vision. Release the ball quickly to Goss. Down the line. The kick might still favour Robertson here. She is surrounded by Seagulls now. It does go over the line. What's the call going to be? Boundary throw in. Touched off hands according to the field umpire. Blues with the only point in the game so far. Ball thrown in. Nicolau trying to find a way through the traffic. Whistle goes. Williamstown free kick here is going to be claimed by Jorgis. Is that a penalty to go with it? It is. So the Seagulls will be brought to within about 2 kicks from home here, looking for the first goal of the game. No one on the mark here, so Jorgis kept on going. Might have just rushed her kick a little bit though. Jordan had the door open up for her, picks it up now. Got tackled by Baxter. It fell to Borg. Ends up with DeCosmo. Nice little kick. This all happening in the corridor. She found Klingbeil. Now Madden can go for a run. Left foot kick inside 50 was well weighted for Steph Lawrence. And we'll have our first set shot of the morning. So the player that's kicked 4 goals, 3 for her season. And to give Carlton a 7-point lead, it's Stephanie Lawrence. We've got a great angle on it. She hits the post. It just went left to right. A couple of early behinds here for the Blues. We are halfway through this first quarter. In fact, over the halfway mark. It's going to be Shani Whiting to bring it in here. Long sleeves, that might be a good choice today, although the sun is out at the moment. Mark was dropped here by Beatonwig Webster. Does well to recover. And ran a long way and got pink for holding the ball just as she was tackled. Free kicks claimed here by Robertson. Looping one just over the top in the pocket here. Can't find the target. This will be a ball up as Talia Wright gets dumped into the turf here. Blues by 2 points. No goals yet in this game. Wrapped up by 3 Blues is Jasmine Kawa. We go again. No, it's going to be a free kick for the Blues. Stephanie Lawrence gets another chance here. Hit the post only moments ago. The second attempt for Lawrence to get on the board is not on target. Goal umpire almost got tangled up in the netting back there as Shani Whiting collects the ball. It's 3 behinds now for the Blues. Couple of scores from this entry. Whiting hoping to get a better result from this kick in compared to the last one. Eves had to keep it at ground level. Ends up out of play. Ball just slipped through the hands here of Whelan for Williamstown. It is going to be forced out at defensive 50 by Kawa. The bouncing ball. There wasn't too much that Elsa Mangan can do with that. This will be lassoed though. Free kick to Jennifer Liu. Looks to load up and go as long as she can towards half forward, and it does. Ends up finding Mia Cowan. Not in scoring range though. We'll send it to someone it is. A couple of Blues might have got tangled up there, Lawrence and Goss. It was dumped out again, but Lou can't take the mark. Over the top of the ball is Jorgis. She was getting some help as well from Paige Price into the lineup today. We've got a stoppage. It's round 11, Rebel VFL Women's. 2 teams out of the 6 at the moment. Just holding on to slim finals hopes. It's a must-win game for both. It's a big day in Rebel VFL Women's as well. Mentioned that Darebin v Essendon game. That's an important one for the Falcons against one of the benchmarks of the competition in the Bombers. Cleland, kick toward the middle, finds a target. Tripodi wants to keep on running through the corridor. Tripodi's kick, backs to the target. Lou getting back to well affect the contest. Now Kalevsky to tackle on Baxter. It's still going to be Williamstown ball. It didn't go 15 for Eves. Has to hurry up and get boots a ball. Forces another one inside 50. Baxter did well to keep it in front. Hand pass off to Cleland. Gets a look at the sticks. No, she was too far out. And Plummer was one of those Blues lines up on that last line of defence. She takes a bounce out at defensive 50 here. Nickel out. Long range kick that set Eliza Wood a bit of a task. She's got some space. Wood gets it now. Got her kick out pretty quickly. That'll be lassoed back to Williamstown. Will it be thrown in? I think it will be thrown in inside the 50 there. Three behinds for the Blues. Williamstown scoreless. Eves. Nice kick by Kawa, picking out Straford, Williamstown skipper. Hand pass just missed Talia right though. Gets it back now. Kick, Whelan and Wood colliding. Was that a dangerous bump? It was, just a bit high there. And a free kick going Amelia Klingbeil's way. 2 kicks from home. Klingbeil didn't execute the kick the way she would have liked. Regained by Whelan. Eves now under pressure as well. There was some help there from DeSanto. And we've got a ball up. Five touches now for Britton Gert. 4 each for Borg and DeCosmo. A lot of Blues leading the individual stats at the moment. Ball cleared out by Tripodi. No mark could be taken there by Mangan. We'll get another stoppage here. 2 kicks from home here for Carlton. Umpire looking to get it thrown up quickly. Ball had come to ground. Kling Beals tackled immediately without the prior opportunity. It was Ruby Tripodi that got that tackle to force the stoppage. Borg, nice tap down to Kling Beal. Quickly going inside 50, relieving mark by beating Wick Webster. Was keen to get the hand pass out to Whiting, who might not have been in great position. Has kept it in play despite the protest of Lawrence. But the kick not great. Lou gets it back for the Blues. In front of her own bench. Jen Lou holding on to it. She'll be told to hurry up. And in the right position to take the mark there was Smallercombe, but she's given away a free kick. That might be 50 as well. Not giving it back to Whiting in time. Shani Whiting will be brought to just about true centre wing here. Puts boots to ball now. Another inside 50 here for the Seagulls. Amy Whelan had gotten back. This is a great start for Amy Whelan in her first game of the year. Disposal number 6 coming up. We'll kick it to about 25 out. Ball couldn't take the mark. There's more Blues than Seagulls around this ball. Whelan followed up her own kick and got pushed. Now she's close to the goal and might be within range. So the mark's been set at about 30, maybe 35. And Amy Whelan is going to line up here. It's been a game dominated by the Blues so far. Whelan's kick's going to land in the goal square. It fell almost to Mangan. Trying to find some space was Lamware. Baxter through the ball, and that score won't count. Free kick for Carlton. Kolevsky to claim it. She's been good with her tackling pressure. Inside defensive 50 so far today. We wait for a fresh Sharon here. From the goal square, a virtual kick in coming up for Taylor Kolevsky. Right on the quarter time siren at Williamstown. 3 behinds for Carlton. Williamstown, no score in that opening term. For the Seagulls, Amy Whelan, Shani Whiting both have 7 touches and 5 each for Kawa and Tripodi, and then for Carlton 6 touches for Jen Liu, and then 5 each for Plummer, Nicolau, Klingbeil and Gurr. 2 behinds for Steph Lawrence and 1 behind for Alice Smallercombe. That's what's happened after 1 quarter here at Williamstown. We'll take a break and come back with the second term shortly. So not too far away from the start of the second term here at Williamstown. 3 behinds for Carlton. Williamstown are scoreless so far. There are a couple of games happening in Rebel VFL Women's today as we speak, and a few more about to kick off. But around the grounds, half-time between North Melbourne and Geelong at Arden Street. Geelong 5-3-33 leading North Melbourne 1-3-9, and at Trevor Barker Oval it is the Southern Saints 3-4-22 leading the Western Bulldogs 1-6. We'll be keeping an eye on Darebin and Essendon at Preston City Oval as well, because a Darebin win there just about knocks these two sides out of finals contention. So secondary ball up to start the second term here. Sarek getting the tap down, but it was Clink Beale getting the clearance. Crashing the ball hard there. Beatonwick Webster attacked it well. Kick back out toward the wing at Clean Bulb Murphy. But her defensive effort is well executed here to force a stoppage. It was Jen Liu, the leading ball getter on the grounds in the first quarter, with 6 touches for Carlton. Blues ball here. Nice daring bounce taken there by Plummer. Kick inside 50. He's picked off by Beatonwick Webster, who's had a good day so far. Has Whiting available by hand to her right. Takes it now. Shani Whiting. Kick to the wing. Over the head of Sarek. And it won't be kept in by Mangan. Out of play for a boundary throw in. No. It's going to be lassoed. Free kick to Carlton. Kick is taken by Jarvis. That's going to be lassoed back. So we're back where we started here. Williamstown ball. As Emily Eves is forced to exit the field of play just to retrieve it. Re-enters the arena now. Emily Eves with the ball here for Williamstown. In the best position to mark it was Vanessa Murphy, but couldn't do so. Ended up with Goss. She forced it towards half forward. Good mark taken by Steph Lawrence, leading scorer on the grounds with 2 behinds in the first quarter. Looks in board. Clean Beale in the right spot. Still 2 kicks from home though. Nearly Cling Beale averaging nearly 17 touches a game. This will be number 7 for today. It's a high ball. Getting her hands on it was Lawrence. Cleland's hand pass good for Beatonwick Webster. And now Tripodi. It's well worked out here by hand by the Seagulls, and Emily Eves gets the kick out back toward the wing, but it's going to be Plummer to chase it down. Brooke Plummer now with the ball. Around the first would-be tackler in Webster. Ends up with Borg. Her kick not great though. Turns over. Ali Cleland has it. There's a player in the middle, Sarek. Nice spin move as well there on Madden. Assisting it toward Mangan, but she can pick it up in time. It was good pressure tracking back there by Marnie Jarvis, and we've got a ball up. Umpire just waits for everyone to get back and find the right position. Goss misfires on the kick. Picked up on the wing here by Smallercombe. Had to wait for the ball to come to her there, did Cowan. And that was with Cleland right on it. Williamstown ball once more. The kick from Kawa toward the middle. Ends up with Lou. She was good in the first quarter, and a nice kick inside 50. Steph Lawrence, her 3rd attempt at goal for the day. Might be on her limit for distance. First shot hit the post, second one skewed to the left. We're yet to see a score at this end of the ground this afternoon as well. I think we're still in morning, we are. She won't have the distance here. 2 Seagulls on the line and eventually rushed through by Whiting. That's a fourth behind now for Carlton. Shani Whiting now the leading ball getter on the ground with 9. Nice little kick down the line for Kawa. She was good in repelling a lot of Carlton attacks in the first quarter as well. They have been sterning defence despite the ball repeatedly coming in Williamstown so far today. It's forced forward here by Lamware. Reclaimed by Plummer. Quick kick toward the middle. Ball took a while to come out. Ends up back with Kawa. We are inside 50 here for the Seagulls. Eves was tackled as soon as she got it. Blues have done well to hold this up. Umpire letting it go for a while. Now we'll get the ball up called for. So Shining Whiting's up to 9 touches now for the Seagulls, 8 each for Lou and Tripodi of Williamstown. Lou the leading ball getter for Carlton. Whelan had a good first quarter. Hand pass had come out and the shot toward goal. That might just bounce through, no. Christy Lamware might have just shaved the post on the bounce. It is Williamstown's first score. But it's not a major. We've had some good end-to-end footy so far today. Fairly even contest this one so far. Blues are slightly ahead but unable to convert those repeat entries into goals so far. Sarek forcing it back inside 50. But only goes as far as Brennan Gert. Toward this near wing. Came off the boot of Plummer. Robertson going in for it. Now a number of players on top of this ball. Nicolau chief among them. Lassoud, free kick here for Williamstown. Danuccio to claim it. 2 kicks from home here. That's the 1 goal for her season, Taylor Danuccio. Loads up. In fact, it went just a bit too vertical in the end, so it didn't penetrate too far. Off hands for Eves and out of bounds. This will be a boundary throw in. Yeah, 30 from home here for the Seagulls. They've got now a couple of repeat entries. Can they convert on the scoreboard? Plummer was immediately pressured. Now Madden out of the Aberfeldy Football Club overruns the ball. Danuccio pounces on her and actually extracted the ball. Then got dumped in the tackle herself by Nicolau and got the free kick. So we're looking at Taylor Danuccio once more. She's a bit closer this time. But she is right up against the fence here on the Port Phillip Bay side. We've lost the sun in the first quarter. We've got some cloudy conditions now. Danuccio decides not to shoot on the outside of the boot. Instead lobs it. Plummer's kick is going to be lassoed back. Her intent was to find the boundary line, but not at the cost of turning it over. Cleland's kick. Lamware under some pressure. Ball trickling along the ground. Whelan again going in hard. Tried to get the hand pass out. Ball's overrun there by Nicolau. But the kick is okay. Madden now with the ball. Olivia Madden. Sarek and Cleland. Cleland was in the best position there. Coming into the game nicely, Ali Cleland. Has a runner to her right in Whiting. No, she holds on to it. Then tries to centre the ball. Goes over the top. Lou, good defensive effort. She's been great today so far. Great tackle by Cleland. And that's holding the ball. She's had a good couple of minutes, Ali Cleland. She too will be too far out to score from here. Looking at her options. Nice little kick inboard. Christy Lamware, goalless so far this year, has the one behind to her name. For the goal square, nope. Kept it low, bounced through the pocket and through for a minor score. So it's 4 behinds to 2 in favour of Carlton. 5 of those behinds combined have been at this end of the ground so far today. We did see Ali Beald win the toss and choose to kick to that city end of the ground. Madden getting another touch. She's been good so far. Kick toward the wing. Regained by Hunter. Finds its way through to Wheel and did well. If it finds the boundary line. No, it's overrun by Lou, so it's touched out of play, boundary throw in. Seagulls have it where they want it now. Madden's up to 7 touches, 11 touches now for Brooke Plummer. Leading ball getter on the ground. She's been working very hard. Boundary throw in. Sarek, it was a short throw in, so she grabbed it herself, but then got tackled out of her kick. Ball's popped up in the air. When it comes to ground, there's high contact and a chance for the Seagulls again to get a look at the sticks. It's going to be claimed by Danuccio once the umpire gets her angle right. So, the question is now, is Taylor Danuccio within range? She won't take too much time, gives herself a fair run up. Puts her right boot into it now, but misses to the near side. 3 behinds to 4. Still Carlton leading. It's going to be Brennan Gurr to bring it in for the Blues. Halfway through this second quarter. Rebel VFL Women's. Rounds 11 action. Darabin and Essendon kicking off shortly at Kramer Street. This ball's going to carry toward the outer side, and it was just slipping through the hands there of Paige Price. It's forced out of play by Cameron Tyrrell. Good day for footy, especially if this weather can hold up, but I'm not sure there's all that much hope for that today. Steph Lawrence currently has it. Beside the centre square, it's a wobbler. Beatonwick Webster, her fellow number 3, reclaims it and then goes for a dash. Takes a nice bounce. Kept her kick low and coughed it up to Madden. Olivia Madden up to 10 touches now. She runs into trouble. Here's the turnover. Whelan gets it back. Goes around the corner. And Lou gets back. Reads it well in flight. Wants to switch it. And she does. Plenty of space here for Vanessa Murphy. That's a nice ball. She got dumped after the kick though. Moore's got it. She can go for a run on the outer wing. Trickling along the grounds, eventually claimed by Jordan. Good tackle though. And a follow-up tackle by Lawrence, trying to win it back for the Blues. Ends up with Whiting. Goes around the corner with her kick. Trapping at ground level was more, but didn't have her footing, so the pressure did arrive quickly. Ends up back with Bridgewater. It's trickling inside 50. Little kick there by Whelan. She can run onto it now. Whelan, she does. Loses her opponent. Runs into the open goal. Williamstown on the board first with the major. And Amy Whelan having an outstanding game. Her first appearance in season 2022. 12 touches and now a goal to her name. She has been outstanding. Easily the best on grounds at the moment. And even though it doesn't feel like there's much of a wins advantage, that is the scoring end at the moment, the city end. All but one behind in this match has been kicked toward that end of the ground. Williamstown, who was scoreless at quarter time, now lead by 5 points. Amy Whelan. Asserting her authority on this game. She's in the middle here as well. That's a lace of body on body there, Whelan on Goss. top of 50. A free kick going Williamstown's way. Tripodi to take it. Intended for Cleland. Dropped it. Had some support there through right. Back to Cleland. Has to get her hand pass out in time. Does result in the turnover. Blues going deep once more. Ball comes to ground. Robertson there as well as Lawrence. Lawrence left it behind. Robertson had to lay a tackle. Akima now into the lineup. She might have given away the free kick here. Laura Robertson now has it, and the Blues can get a quick reply. Has just the one goal to her name for the season. Laura Robertson, not a great connection. It's going to land a couple metres short. And Whelan's desperate, almost rugby style, to get that over the line through for the rush behind. That's now 5 behinds for the Blues today. 2 of those have been rushed here in the second quarter. Beatonwick Webster will kick in for Williamstown. This is Shani Whiting. Has a couple of options. A short one is available, Whelan. 14th touch for Amy Whelan. The standout so far today. Back to Whiting. Danced nicely around to Cosmo. But the kick is where it comes unstuck. Ball reclaimed here by Moore. Wanting to go long. Gains a couple of metres by foot before sending it onto the boot. We go inside 50. And now did well in the marking contest against Mia Cowan. She's out of the Burnside Heights Footy Club in the Essendon District League. Akima Manau. Nice hand pass out by Goss. Tackled off her kick though was Smaller Combe. Ended up with DeCosmo and used her vision nicely to find Eliza Wood. She's lining up. But at this end, the evidence we've seen so far is that this would be beyond her range. We haven't seen too many kicks at goal at this end travel the required distance from this sort of range. Plenty of players lined up in the goal square here. And that kick does hold up and lands at the top of the square. Manau, bouncing ball, did well to feed it out. Beatonwick Webster takes a bounce. Can take a second if she wants. Leaves it behind. Opens up the door for Beard. Picks it up now but has no help. Got brought down by Beatonwick Webster and threw the ball. Well done by Gabby Beatonwick Webster. And it's her ball inside defensive 50. Couple of minutes remaining in the first half here. Williamstown with the only goal and lead by 4 points as a result. Whiting's kick was along the ground. Mangan didn't dispose of it legally. Nice tackle by Robertson. Olivia Madden asking for it in the corridor. Robertson holds on to it. Goes a little more direct. Intended for Cowan. But in front, winning it back is Whelan. She's brought her own footy here today. Beatonwick Webster. Hard ball for Wright to navigate, but did well. Kawa to the contest. No mark taken by Mangan. What's the umpire say here? Holding the ball, Robertson again with the good tackle. This time it was on Eliza Strayford. Gives it off by hand. That was a tough one to mark there for Lawrence. Picked up by Goss. Around one would-be tackler, but only as far as Whiting when she goes to boot. And Shani Whiting wants to slow it down. She knows that time's running out. Final minute of this first half. Williamstown don't want to concede a score. Probably not enough time to get it down the other end. I think the girls are going to be happy with this 4-point lead going into half-time. Almost a turnover. Goss couldn't take the mark. Danuccio picked it up. With a bounce out of play here and be lassoed back into Carlton hands. Nadia Moore. 20 seconds left in this first half now. Chipping over the top. Eves does well, wins it back for the Seagulls, but no one home. Lou will pick up the ball. Her kick is not touched and lassoed back into Williamstown hands. Eves will reclaim it for the Gulls. But she won't be able to take her kick. That's the halftime siren. Amy Whelan asserting her authority on this game. 15 touches, a clearance, 5 marks, and the only goal in this game to put Williamstown up by 4 points, 139 to 5 behind Shani. Whiting has the 15 touches as well for the Seagulls. Beatonwick, Webb, Clevelands and Kawa all have 9 for Williamstown. For Carlton, Brooke Plummer has 12, 10 each for Gurr and Lou, 9 for Olivia Madden, 7 each for Goss, Kling Beale and Nicolau. We'll take our halftime break here from Williamstown. Williamstown leading by 4 points, 139 to 5 behind. My name's Adam Sariakoglu. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far. Stay with us. Third term coming up in about 15 or so minutes from now. The Suns back out in Williamstown. It is round 11 in Rebel VFL Women's, and Williamstown leading 139 over Carlton, 5 behinds, and you can see why Amy Whelan will be plying her trade at the top level with the Sydney Swans in the upcoming AFLW season. The 1 goal and the 15 touches. She's dominating this game of football as the third term is underway. She's involved already, but Lily Goss has her in a strong tackle. I'm going to be clamping down on her, Carlton. Borg winning the tap down. Ends it up with the Cosmo. Nice little kick for Madden. Blues looking for their first goal of the game. Madden towards half forward. Kick there was intended for Klingbeil. At ground level, Whelan again getting involved, but Goss right with her. That'll be a ball up. The sun had come out, but some dark clouds overhead now. We've still stayed dry today so far, which is a good result. We get another stoppage here just outside the arc. Umpire throws it up once more. Georgia Borg has been good in ruck today. Going in hard for the ball was Tomei Nicolau. That results in another stoppage as well. Ball goes vertical. Baxter underneath it. Lou's right there with it. Good tackling pressure there by Lou. Plummer now. She was prolific in the first half as well. Hand pass coming back to Gurr. Goes wide with her kick. Not much room to work with here for Maddie De Cosmo, but did well. Still a Blues ball. De Cosmo now following up, but Whelan lays a good tackle on her. And wins the holding the ball call. Amy Whelan coming up for disposal, number 17. Started the year as a Hawk, of course. Now third game back with Williamstown. And will be a Sydney Swan in the upcoming AFLW season. This is Shani Whiting. Baxter looking to present. Tripodi was there as well for Williamstown. Gurr is brought out. Ball ended up in Strayford's hands for a moment, but we've got a ball up. Wind is starting to pick up, as you can probably hear in our effects mic now as well. Favouring the City end, which Carlton will be kicking to in this third quarter. So Williamstown went from nothing to 139 in the second quarter. Carlton only adding the 2 behinds. They were both rushed after 3 shots on goal were missed in the first quarter for the Blues. 2 of those from Steph Lawrence and 1 from Alice Smallacombe. Ball up there did favour Sarek. Boundary umpire getting a good look at this. It does eventually cross the line in between the 2 benches on the Port Phillip Bay side of the ground. Umpire comes in 15 metres and will throw it in. Bit of holding in the ruck. Which way do the umpires see it? Sarek's way. On the wing. Free kick given away by Georgia Borg. Baxter's lead is ignored. Wants to give it off by hands, but not quite in the best position to be able to do much with that. Was DeSanto. She does get the free kick. Lead offered by Mangan. Kalevsky getting a hand on it. She was good in the first quarter for the Blues. Maybe some space here now. It ends up with Wood. Has a runner out wide. There's a chance here for Smallacombe. Missed one in the first quarter. This one not getting boots the ball properly. Great defensive pressure once more from the Seagulls. There is no score coming from this, and it's going to be, I think the umpire signalled holding the ball here. She has, and a shot at goal coming up for Eliza Wood. In the pocket. It was from this sort of range where the Blues missed a couple of opportunities in the first quarter. Eliza Wood, 1 goal for the season. Needs to convert here. And finally, Carlton is on the board with the major. And they're back in front as well by 2 points at Williamstown. So, again, having a look at some of the individual stats in this game. We'll start with the Blues. 13 for Brooke Plummer, 11 for Gurr, 10 each for Lou and Madden. And for the Seagulls, 17 for Amy Whelan, 16 for Shani Whiting, 9 each to Tripodi, Kaywat, Cleland, and Beatonwig, Webster. Some of the team stats: inside 50s, 22-14 Carlton's way. That's stoppage. Hit-outs, 20-12 Carlton's way, but clearances, Williamstown are +4 in that category, 15-11. No clearance here, and we go again. Another touch for Whelan. Ball goes high, not all that far. Borg trying to spin away from danger. Now that wasn't holding the ball, I'm not quite sure. Lou looking to pick it up, dumped in a strong tackle, but it was a dangerous tackle by Eves, and a free kick going Jennifer Lou's way. Sends it wide. It slipped through the hands there of Abby Jordan. Still in play. Danuccio brought down by Lou. Umpire crosses his arms. Carlton back in front thanks to Eliza Wood's goal. It has been a game of changing momentum. A push in the tackle there. Just as Danuccio was about to run off with it, it comes back to her teammate in Emily Eves. The kick towards half forward. Borg with her height able to relieve it. Wanted to go corridor, but it wasn't a great kick. Baxter gets it back for Williamstown. Sarek was loose inside 50. Baxter might not have seen her. Now wants to go. Ball stays low toward the top of 50. Gurr got a hand on it. Madden, did she dispose of it? Beale does well. Stood tall in the tackle. Sent the kick back toward the middle of the ground. Picked up here by Lawrence, but the hand pass not to a teammate. Umpire comes in from the fairway back. I think Lawrence held on to there. Gets the free kick her way. Can the Blues get 2 in a row here after being goalless in the first half? Stephanie Lawrence in the centre square. It's not even her kick, in fact. It's going to be given to Alice Smallacombe instead. Smallacombe, 2 kicks from home here. More in hope than anything else. Ball's being tracked back here by Nicolau. Gets it now, around the corner. Left foot snap, but misses. Blues by 3 points. Beatonwig Webster is looking for a ball to restart play here. There's a bit happening around the grounds in Rebel VFL Women's, so we can take a look at what is happening on the VFL app. As play will restart, we'll come back to some of those live scores around the ground shortly. It's near the boundary line here. Madden, one of the tacklers. Danuccio in there as well. Umpire calls for the stoppage. So around the grounds, a game we're keeping a close eye on because it might have finals implications for these two sides is between Darebin and Essendon. 2-3-15, the Bombers. Darebin yet to score, which is not a surprise. The Bombers have been great this year in Rebel VFL Women's. Kick towards the wing. Kolevsky, that'll be lassoed in front of the Carlton bench. We've also got the Southern Saints 5-4-34 leading the Western Bulldogs 3-1-19. And a game that is just about over at Arden Street. Geelong 6-5-41, leading North Melbourne. In fact, that is now a final score, 6-5-41 to 1-8-14. Cats over the Kangaroos. We'll see the men's matchup at Arden Street between those two clubs later today. So from the 50-metre penalty, it's DiNuccio that has it. The kick lands about 35 out. Cleland, that's not Cleland, that's Strayford in fact, who's forced down in a strong tackle by Matty DeCosmo. That will see a ball up. Into the ruck there was Price for Williamstown. Another stoppage. It's getting a bit blustery here now. Point Jellybrands as well. That'll be another stoppage as well. Going nowhere is Baxter. Gulls inside 50. Haven't scored a goal at this end today so far. Haven't seen a goal by either team at this end, in fact. Manal fumbling. Cleland wins it back, but she can't find her way through. Socket it. Out of bounds on the full. Carlton ball here to be taken by DeCosmo. Umpire tells her to play on now. She's come off her line. Did well to get around Tripodi. Through the hands of Manal. Price under pressure. Borg tackled her straight away. It was a bang to the plate. That's a push. Towner's ball here through Baxter. On the wing. Over the halfway mark of this third quarter. 3-point ball game Carlton's way. A couple of teammates almost getting in each other's way there. It was Jarvis and DeCosmo. Ball that ended up with Mangan. It's bouncing through for a point. That is Williamstown's first score at this end of the ground today. Marnie Jarvis with the ball here for Carlton. There's a couple of options on the outer side of the ground. Went to the pack in the end. Holding the ball. Free kick. Advantage paid. Chance for the Gulls. Was there holding in the contest? There was. And we're going to get a set shot at goal here to be taken by Jasmine Kawa. We saw her in defence throughout the first half, repelling a lot of balls in from Carlton. Now she gets a chance to look at the sticks herself. And if the wind is difficult at this end, she'll be kicking right into the teeth of it. And we'll see if she can get the penetration to get it across the line. She was worried about the wind there, so perhaps overcompensated for it, and the kick was sprayed to the right as a result. Back-to-back behinds for the Seagulls. 1-point ball game. Jennifer Liu has it. Runs out of the square. Klingbeil, but in front was Tripodi. Klingbeil lost her footing. Gets it back now. Nice smother by Ruby Tripodi. Gets it back in front of her own bench. Tough one to mark, that one. Maddie DeCosmo sees it out of play. Plenty of encouragement coming from the Williamstown bench here for the home team. It is a game of momentum, this one. Just the 1 point in it. Ball comes to ground. The throw-in didn't get to either ruck there. Tackled by Talia Wright to force the stoppage. Goss got her hand pass to DeCosmo. Bounces away from Manal. Beatenwick Webster. Just got pressured enough there to force the mistake in the end. Whiting's kick is actually going to be very effective. Sarek takes the mark. It's a one-score game at the moment. Right kick. Only as far as the Cosmo. Having a good day for the Blues. 14 touches now. This is Ali Beard. Lead on offer out wide. It's a well-weighted ball for Lawrence. Kick those two behinds in the first quarter to Steph Lawrence. Kicks to a one-on-one, Beatonwick Webster. Couple of looks at it. Wins it back. Coming up for touch number 11, Beatonwick Webster. Back to Whiting. Wasn't a great kick, but she's got all the time in the world here to regain it, assess her options, and dump it out of defensive 50. Manow picking it up off the deck, but tackled immediately. Inside the final 5 minutes now of this third quarter. Klingbeil, was that a legal disposal? Umpire says no. And the free kick belongs to Ella Baxter. Sarek underneath this. Nutt's gone over her head. That's okay. Jorgis was there. Sophie Jorgis. There's a couple of leads on offer around 50. One of those was provided by Tripodi. Couldn't take the mark. Loose, Stern in defence once more. You'd expect nothing less than she was legged. So she gets the free kick in the pocket. Pretty shallow in that pocket. Can run out of defensive 50 fairly easily. Kick does find its way through to Abby Jordan. That's a dangerous one. Getting her hands on it for Williamstown was Lamware. Madden does well. Plummer brought down. Baxter winning the free kick for the Seagulls. She's having a good third quarter, Ali Baxter. Beatonwick Webster. Whelan. Beatonwick Webster. 2-on-1. Lou dropped the mark. The tackle needed to be good there from Vanessa Murphy, and it was. Top of 50. Close game here at Williamstown. Ball thrown up. Lily Goss going nowhere. Umpire crosses her arms. Sarek winning the tap down, but not to advantage. Goss had her kick smothered. Ends up with Murphy. Going out wide by hand. Kick now toward the middle. Forced to go by boot there was Christy Lamware. Seagulls ball once more. Kawa around the corner. Mangan maybe slightly out of position. Couldn't take it. Forced off at Kalevsky. Is that holding the ball? Umpire says yes. Carlton ball. To be claimed by Kalevsky. Kick just a little too short there for Gurr, but she does regain it. Nearly forced a turnover on the wing. The mark couldn't be taken by Gabrielle Beatonwick Webster. So Amy Whelan up to 19 touches now. Shani Whiting has 18. Leading ball getter for Carlton is Maddie DeCosmo with 14. Going nowhere here is Lamware because she was on the deck by the time it came to it. Umpire took a little while to blow the whistle, but does now. Just over a minute left in the third quarter. Carlton by a point. Eliza Wood with the only goal of the third quarter. Good game of footy this one. It'll come down to the wire. We have stayed dry. The radar looking okay. If there is going to be rain here today, I think it'll be for the men's game later on between Williamstown and the Gold Coast Suns. We've got repeat stoppage here. 40 seconds. That's the message coming from the Williamstown bench. Can they get an inside 50 here and a score? They won't be here because Gurr won it back for Carlton. Nice hand pass to Murphy. Got tackled off her kick. It's okay though. Petrevski tackled immediately. Ball up. We're probably done in terms of scoring here in the third quarter. Clock ticking down to three-quarter time. Ball thrown up. Sarek winning it down. Danuccio had it bounce away from her. There's a push here. But not enough time for the free kick for Vanessa Murphy. 1 point ball game in favour of Carlton. 1-6-12. Williamstown 1-5-11. The goal kickers Eliza Wood for Carlton and Amy Whelan for Williamstown. Whelan's got 19 touches, Shani Whiting 18. Maddie DeCosmo has the 14 for Carlton. Stay with us, big finish coming up here. Season's on the line in Rebel VFL Women's for Williamstown and Carlton. We'll take our break and come back with the final term shortly from Williamstown. All set to go for the final term here at Point Jellybrands. A 1-point ball game between Carlton and Williamstown. Shani Whiting had to go and close the final fence before the umpire could get it underway. 20 minutes left in this one, and it's up for grabs. Georgia Borg with the shepherd there. This ball was helped on through to Jordan, but she runs into trouble. Tyrrell's kick is intended for Jorgis. Eves did well to get it back to Jorgis. No, she didn't, because it wasn't a legal disposal. Carlton free kick here to be taken by Maddie De Cosmo. Goes to the contest. Eves. There's another incorrect disposal. Ball going Carlton's way. Klingbeil. That ball held up in the winds and just started moving toward the direction of Lily Goss. Blues with the first entry of the final turn, but it's very shallow. Beatonwick Webster misread it in flight. Klingbeil got a little kick that didn't go too far. Might chase down her own ball. Cleland right there with her, and Cleland does well. To Beatonwick Webster. Finds some space and takes a bounce through the middle. Kicks it where there's 3 Seagulls and 3 Blues. Ball's bouncing in half forward. First player back there was Gurr. Beatonwick Webster following up, ran a long way there. She'll be a little gassed as she slowly works her way back. We've got a stoppage. Tripodi, with the help of Goss, the ball goes out of play. So around the grounds, it's the game at Kramer Street that we're looking at between Darebin and Essendon. And that is approaching half time. 2-3-15. The Bombers leading Darebin 1 straight 6. The Darebin loss just keeps the door open for the finals hopes here, particularly of the Blues. Umpire has the ball up here. Carlton will be away to the Southern States next week, and then Casey and the Western Bulldogs. That Bulldogs game aside, it's a pretty tough draw on the run home for the Blues, and a tough one for Williamstown as well. Winnable game next week against North Melbourne, but then Geelong and Hawthorn to finish their season. So it's going to be tricky for both these sides in the final month of the year. We've got a ball up on the wing. 1-5 playing 1-6. Umpire waits for the Rucks to nominate Borg, and Sarek do so. Bounces through to Cleland. Just got harassed a little bit there by Build. Carlton ball here to Cosmo. Finds Eliza Wood. Carlton's only goal kicker today. Goss now has some space. Picks up the bouncing ball. Klingbeil had plenty of space in the pocket, but the kick didn't carry that far, and Kawa gets it back for Williamstown. Jasmine Kawa. Central ball over the head of Sarek. Nobody really wanted it. Eventually gathered by Jarvis, but Eves and Cleland were right in her face, and Cleland gets brought down by Build. Carlton free kick. It's the skipper's ball here. Build for Goss in the middle of Williamstown football ground. Whitey getting her hands on it from behind against Madden, then laid the tackle. Madden must have got that ball out. She's a bit slow to get up as well. Whiting had the size advantage. We've got a ball up. Borg won the tap. She's had a good day in ruck. 26 head-outs leading the way. Out on the ground. Carlton ball. Plummer. Well, he goes as far as Price. Just had some work done above her eyebrow, Price, in the game today. It's been in the wars a little bit. Carlton ball here to be taken by Nadia Moore. Gets around the mark. It's going to land about 40 out, but into the lap of Kawa. This is where Williamstown have been pretty good today. They're down by a point with the scoring end in the final term. Kawa's kick carries a fair way, but it was dropped there by Mengen. Ball up. So it is advantage Williamstown in terms of the scoring ends, but on the scoreboard it's the Blues holding on by a point. Price is in the ruck at the moment for the Seagulls. Ball's overrun there by Strayford. Danuccio, pile driving tackle, results in a stoppage. Ball at ground level. Beard eventually emerges with it. Kick was smothered nicely though by Baxter. Then Beard laid the tackle on Baxter. Neither team is threatening to break away and take this game apart. It feels like we're going to have this arm wrestle all the way through to the final siren. That was a good tackle by Whelan. Still a leading ball getter on the ground. She is limping a little bit. Had 15 touches in the first half and a goal, did Amy Whelan. Was quiet in the third term and now just might be hampered a little bit. The soon-to-be Sydney Swan at AFLW level. She lays a tackle here on Robertson. Ball ends up with the Cosmo. Wood was outnumbered in the marking contest. Some help eventually arrived and we've got a stoppage. Just getting a little chillier here at Point Gellibrand now. It's going to get wet and windy as the day goes on. It's going to be a tough old men's game today between the Seagulls and the Gold Coast Suns. Ball's cleared out by Hunter. Kawa picks it up off the bounce, did well. Got her kick out in time. Tripotti's got some work to do though. Strayford there to help. Good pressure applied by Gurr for Carlton. Kicks coming toward Murphy. To Cosmo there as well for the Blues. Borg under pressure. Got her hand pass out. Then Strayman Denoli got tackled straight away. And it's holding the ball, Williamstown. Free kick to be taken by Baxter. Ella Baxter on the wing. Gets around the mark nicely. And tracking back and reading it well in flight there was Plummer. Disposal number 14 for Plummer. Eliza Wood now has it. Off by hand, Black back to Plummer. Nickel out. Murphy. Into a bit of space in the 50. Cowan. She's under pressure. Doing well defensively, DeSanto. Then there's a whistle going against the Seagulls and Cowan will claim the free kick. Not within scoring range here. No obvious options to go to as we speak. She'll set it up in the pocket. And Whiting couldn't take the mark. It was uncontested in the end. She was calling for it, couldn't take it. And now we've got a ball up in scoring range now for the Blues. If they can get a goal, it might just about settle this game. Tripodi had a while to get rid of it. Ended up with DeCosmo. Hand pass intended for Cowan. Baxter is the one with the ball. Cowan had her tackled. We've got a ball up. Still on the outskirts of scoring range here for the Blues. In ruck, getting a hand on it, Abby Jordan. Cowan was held onto. And she has it again. But still probably beyond the limit of scoring range from here. Mia Cowan has kicked 4 goals, 6 for her season. If anything, just taking some time off the clock. Now Build coming past for the handball option, but Cowan holds on to it. Helicopter sit of ball. Lands about 25 out. It ended up with Lou, who's forced her way forward. The tackle by Manau. Carlton in attack here. A goal might just win it. Hunter laying a tackle. And it'll be Smaller Combe giving it back to the umpire. Ball comes to ground. Overrun by Smaller Combe. Lawrence, the high wobbler. Getting back nicely, Matisse Hunter. Game-saving sit of mark, that one. Now Williamstown need to work it to the other end of the ground. Beaterwink Webster does well. Initial mistake. Again takes a daring bounce. Left it behind, gets it back. Beaterwink Webster. She's been daring across half-back all day. But it ends up in Carlton hands. DeCosmo, 2-on-2. Whiting, good body position. But it's a hold and a free kick for the Blues. Mia Cowan really should not miss from here. And this to put Carlton 7 points up. It'll be about 6.5 minutes remaining by the time we get back to the centre, if this is a goal. Mia Cowan. Goal umpire worked a long way, but she does get the 6. And it's the Blues by 7. Five goals for the year for Mia Cowan. That's a crucial goal here in the last quarter. First time we've seen a goal at this tennis court end of the grounds at Point Gellibrand today. Maddie DeCosmo now up to 20 touches, leading ball getter on the ground alongside Amy Whelan of Williamstown. Brooke Plummer's got 15 for the Blues, 14 for Gurr. Back in the middle. 6.5 remaining. Tripodi getting the clearance for the Seagulls. They've got it where they want it, inside 50. They need a quick goal. It's picked up by Plummer in the goal square. Mark taken by Moore. How far has she gone? Too far. Williamstown free kick. Cleveland is going to claim it. It's a tough kick with the angle here. Distance, she should have that covered. Should have the breeze at her back, in fact, with the way the breeze has behaved here today. So they needed the instant reply. Williamstown, Ali Cleveland with a golden opportunity. Right foot ball. Let the wind do the job. And it is game on at Point Gellibrand. A game where goals were so hard to come by for so long. We've now had 2 in a couple of minutes, one each way. And it's a 1-point ball game once more. Ellie Cleveland's kicked 4 goals for the season. The other 3 probably not as important as that one. Around the grounds, half-time. Bombers leading the Darebin Falcons 3-4-22. Darebin 1 straight 6. That one's at Kramer Street. So, goal each way against much of the flow of this game, which has been stoppage heavy at times, but both teams have had opportunities inside 50. Combined, we've had 4 goals, 11 for the day. Another Williamstown clearance here, but Strayford's held up by Plummer. Got her hair pass out in time. The pressure's just intensifying here. Price hand pass inboard to Cosmo. Won't be able to get rid of this. Her disposal count will stay at 20 for the moment. Equal with Amy Whelan. Inside 4 minutes to go here. Blues by a point. Forced forward by Bridgewater. Strayford. The pressure came. Might have been collected by Lou. It trickles out of bounds. We're inside 50. And it's a boundary throw-in. Clock ticking down here. The goal puts Williamstown in front. Bridgewater. Had no real room to work with. Strayford at that point levels the game. We could be looking at a draw here in Williamstown. Scores currently level. 3 minutes remaining. Brennan Gurr to bring it in for Carlton. Runs out of the square. It lands about 60 out from home here for the Gulls. Cowan double tackled by DeSanto and Bridgewater. Borg winning the tap, then following up. We had some volleyball there temporarily. Tripotti's tackled. Off hands from Plummer. Boundary throw in front of the Carlton bench here. Scores level. A touch over 2 minutes remaining. Round 11. We'll get another stoppage now. Could be looking at the second draw of the season, Essendon and the Southern Saints, with a draw to their names. Wright gets 360'd in the tackle. Ball had come out, umpire letting it go, now calls for the stoppage. 91 seconds left, umpire throws it up. Williamstown have it where they want it. And a bit of breeze at their backs as well. It's going to be a really tough ask for Carlton to get the win from here. Goss trying to get the underground handball going. Kling Beale's tackled. There's plenty of numbers around this ball. A clearance here crucial. Final minute. Scores level. Goss tackled. There might have been a hand on the shoulder. No, it's holding the ball. And a free kick for the Seagulls. They don't have much time here. A win for Carlton seems to be out of the question. Ball had been worked forward. Tripodi is waiting for it to come back. Clock keeps on ticking. Tripodi has it now, needs to move it quickly. Can the Seagulls find a score to win the game? Tripodi tries to barrel it forward. No mark was taken. Hand pass from Price missing Strayford. Good tackle by Lawrence. Nearly every player on the ground is inside 50 here. We've got a stoppage. 3 seconds until we hit the 20-minute mark of this final term. Ball thrown up. It might have been a slightly early siren. The umpire might have paid a free kick to Carlton there. It's a draw at Williamstown. 2-6-18 apiece in the end. Ali Cleland, Amy Whelan, the goal kickers for Williamstown. For Carlton, Eliza Wood and Mia Cowan, the second draw of the season in Rebel VFL Women's. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was a good, entertaining contest at Point Jelly Brown, but we couldn't split them in the end. 2-6-18 apiece. Got the men's game coming up at 2 o'clock here between Williamstown and the Gold Coast Suns. You can watch that on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app. But the points are split here between the Seagulls and the Blues in Rebel VFL Women's 2-6-18 apiece. I'm Adam Sarikoglu. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll see you a bit later on in the afternoon if you're staying with us here at Point Jelly Brand for the Seagulls and the Suns.